Oh God, that's awkward. And what's going on, guys? Flipmasters coming at you with episode 6 of season 24, Battle of these States. As you guys can see, I'll get us out of the way right now. It looks like Cara is not here with us right now, so I just DM'd her on Insta to try to get some confirmation. Yes, man. Yes, I am dressed up for Halloween. I got the Johnny. So last night my improv class, so we had to do a character, and I was doing the Johnny Bravo look. So yeah, that's all I did. All I need is the sunglasses,
I didn't know that this was a Halloween costume on your part.
Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of chilling back.
I don't even think Ultra is wearing a Halloween costume. I think it's just a. Wait, let me figure this out. He's not doing the Green Lantern. He's doing Sheldon Cooper.
Yeah.
There we go. Because
half doing Sheldon Cooper. There's technically somebody else in my life that I'm also kind of doing at the exact same time. To anybody who knows my channel, you might recognize somebody else who wears this exact same getup. It's just everything else that goes with that costume I'm not wearing at this exact moment. It is there, though.
And Survivor Gumball is dressed up as Jason, but dressed up as Survivor Gumball.
I guess.
And yeah, it is actually October 31st where I am, so that's why I was dressing up.
Happy Halloween. Happy early Halloween to y'all. And there she is, just in time. Hello, Chef Daddy.
Hey.
You know,
I was about to write you on Facebook. I was like, what's up?
I think her mic's off.
Yeah, your mic's off, Cara.
And your phone is sideways.
Oh, is that Chris? Oh, and Chris is there. Oh, my goodness.
Chris,
Let's go.
Awesome.
Hey,
Chris got a
Chris.
2-point.
That explains the Chef Daddy.
Yo.
Yeah, I
think Bradley's in chat too.
Getting a pop up from.
Oh man, Bradley's here. What's going on? Oh, everyone's here.
Bradley, I love you and I miss you. I love you and I miss you so much. Bradley's a fucking star. If you guys don't know that, Bradley should be up here too. Add him in. Send him the link. Send him the link.
I can do
it. Okay. Whoa. I'll do that. I'll do that right now. If he wants to, I'll do that.
Bradley, they'll send you the link.
What's his fucking what's his email again? Someone send me. One of you guys.
Bradley. Drop something to get your email.
Let me. I think he has it in me on Reddit too. Give me a second.
Yeah. But what's going on, you two? How are you two doing today on this?
We are feeling. I think. I mean, I can take and speak for both of us that we're feeling that we survived. We survived.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They survived, Jem. They survived. So yeah, looks like we got a 2-for-1 today, y'all. What's going on, Cara and Chris? So you guys are still what? You guys had work today or something, and you're trying to get away from the time?
No, so I had a watch party. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts. Apparently, she lives in Rhode Island, so she came down to visit me, and I was surprised, and I was blessed to see her, and it was just a really good vibe. And the fact of the matter is, when a celebrity walks in, everyone just sweats her and gravitates to her energy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, literally the vegan.
Not that.
And let me tell you, this girl can cook her fucking ass off. And the fact that, you're a vegan, I'm like, she cooks better than half of y'all. Okay, I lied, 90% of y'all. Like, come on. Come on. Cause I am a great hype man, but I'm not that I'm a hype man. It's the truth. I can't stay long because people are looking for me, but I just made to hop in to show you guys that I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. Is it a safe space?
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Fuck Chicken Joe. I am out. Fuck Chicken Joe. Fuck Chicken Joe. I'm out. And we like pop.
I love you.
Fantastic to meet you, Chris.
They said nice to meet you, Chris.
Ciao, Chris.
All right,
you guys are Joe. I assume he was talking about the guest judge this episode.
Yeah. So, Joe is the CEO of Church's Chicken, and the entire premise of the challenge was that we had to cook fried chicken for this guy whose entire job is fried chicken. And the majority of us were like, we have to do something different. We have to like go out of the box here. We want to show him like what fried chicken can be. No. That man did not want anything other than the kind of food that he likes to eat because he hated everybody.
You
He
know,
was absolutely ruthless.
I know taste is taste, but I've got to be honest. I don't think I've ever actually met anybody who's even eaten at Church's Chicken. It is strictly KFC or Popeyes.
You know what I'm
that's-
saying?
I never heard
I
of it
have-
till now, and I'm Canadian.
Like,
I've heard
it
of it.
is-
I've seen it. I've never actually, like, every time I see it, I'm like, well, I can tell it's open. Are there customers at these places? Like, why is this chain still living?
I wish I could tell you. Honestly, it's a very particular crowd and demographic of people that he's feeding. It's very Southern, it's very Texas. But, you know, he obviously is doing something right because they have like hundreds of restaurants. They're just like, I'm in New England. There's not a Church's around. The closest one's in Georgia.
Right.
So, you know, it was one of the most difficult challenges because every single one of us walked in there like, "Yeah, we can cook fried chicken." Like, no problem. And man, he made us all look like a fool. I was so sad because I had this like amazing, the chicken was like juicy, it was perfectly cooked, and he was just not having it because I put gochujang and all of these flavors. I cooked rice and made the waffle out of the rice, and he was just like skipped right over all of it. Like it was a little disheartening. And for me, especially with, you know, surrounded by all these incredible chefs, it's like you want to be great at this. You know, you want to impress everybody. So me going up there and getting a 1, I was like, okay, here I am again, not winning any points for the red team.
So, Flynn, I think we could count Chicken Joe as being among that group of the most finicky, worst judges that have ever been in a Hell's Kitchen challenge. Then, because even I was
He-
like,
The
even I was
fact
like,
that-
wow, this guy is so straight, and I'm not sure he warrants it.
The fact that even Gordon was like, you're being a little stingy with your points. Like
Yeah.
that's how you know. He was like, wow, I would have scored something higher than
gave me
that.
5 out of 5. No disrespect to Lisa, but a 5 out of 5 to one with no brain on it. I'm like,
None.
you have weird priorities, buddy. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
sure it was delicious. Nothing against Lisa.
Oh
It's
no,
all
Lisa can
against the
cook her
judging.
ass off. Yeah, she can cook her ass off. But yeah, you know, he walked in there knowing exactly what he was looking for.
I gotta say,
And
Brad. Sorry.
He walked in there knowing what he was looking for. And like, you know, with Henry is from Texas. He's cooking Texas fried chicken. This man runs a Texas fried chicken restaurant. Like, I was like, Henry, you're the only hope we have to do well.
And dead. Yeah. So that was we have to talk about a
I have to say,
Probably
Bradley wishes he was there for the challenge. I have to say, I wish I was there too for the challenge.
The fact that only
actually,
three people even got a 4 or higher, Henry, Anaya, and Lisa. Everybody else had at best decent dishes according to the judge. And yeah, I'm sorry. If we're talking the CEO of maybe Popeyes or KFC, different story. But Church's,
All of us would probably crawl into our bed in the fetal position and cry ourselves to sleep.
I never heard of this Church's Chicken thing, and honestly, just the name Church's makes it think like, oh, are we wanting all of our clients and our cooks to say we're not worthy, like with that kind of judging or what? You know,
yeah.
Only Ellie really took it to heart.
Yeah. So Ellie, I love Ellie. Ellie and I got really close on the show, and I consider her a very dear friend of mine. And she takes so much pride in what she does. And there's so much thought into everything that she put on the plate, and you know, things that she's done before, things that she's comfortable doing, food she's made in the past, recipes she's executed before, and having that put on a plate in front of a guy and him be like, well, you know, it's not really doing it for me, I'll give you a 3. She was just really Bradley.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
back.
Bradley.
Chris,
I'm back.
wanted you back on.
Best
so I was
chef
like, okay.
ever,
Back again.
according to the Flynn Master streams.
No, according to Chris, dude. Chris probably would have lunched to the computer and like,
Yeah,
you know,
seriously.
Seriously, go for it. How have you been, Bradley? I know obviously last week was tough, and obviously I'm
Yeah.
sure you want to last longer. But now that it's been a week since then, how's this all been experienced? Now it's in some ways officially over, not really over, but for you specifically, how's this all been?
I mean, it's still super awesome to get to watch this unfold and get to watch everyone else, still going through it. And, it's still wild to be off of the show, but, I went sideways somehow.
Yeah.
But,
I went upside down. Okay, there you go.
there we go. But it's been awesome. Truly, the whole experience was super humbling and super badass, and I loved getting to work alongside Cara, and it was super super awesome. So
And Brad,
Not
what's funny? We were just talking. Chris and I were like, Bradley's got brand deals. Like Bradley is doing the damn thing. You are going to be just fine. I promise.
That's the thing
I'm-
about this show. Like I mentioned this on a previous podcast. That y'all are pretty active on Reddit. That's how I met y'all, and it was just cool to see y'all there at all. But there was like some people on there being like, I think the chefs this season are trying to like control the narrative. I'm like, shut up.
Let me be clear.
They give their
We have
piece-
absolutely no control over the narrative. There was
Yeah.
an
Zero.
entire episode of me sneezing. I
You're
have
allowed to
no
defend
control
yourself
over
there. Like,
that
I hope you're
narrative.
being
Like
hygienic.
literally none.
Yeah, like I'd
Yeah.
hope you're being hygienic because, like, yes, please defend yourself on that one because otherwise we could always take the edit's word for it, and thank God we have a word that isn't the edit's.
Yeah.
But yeah, to hear that, it's like if anybody thinks that what goes on in the show is indicative of anything, it's absolutely not. Like I've seen every season multiple times over. I can tell how stressful and strenuous this experience can be. So it doesn't say anything about you necessarily. Like maybe some chefs you can tell are legit not cut out for this business. I don't think it's true of either of you two.
Oh, thank you. That's
yes,
so nice.
thank you. That is very good to hear.
Aw.
I really
See,
appreciate
Brad, we love you.
that.
Love both of you.
I have to say, yeah, I have to ask you, Bradley, since your elimination was last week, when you had those mistakes during service related to lack of voice that Gordon Ramsay was giving you the pep talk for that episode before, what was going on through your brain? Were you starting to think at that point, I think I'm done here?
Truly, yeah. Honestly, admittedly, I had somewhat shut down. They didn't show a lot in that edit that actually happened during elimination or during that service. I mean, I was wiping tears the whole time, from my chef coat, and yeah, it was truly wild. I shut down at some point, but I did bounce back, and we finished service. And just if I'm being honest, if I could go back in time, I would have thrown people under the bus. But here we are, and it happened. So I'll take it.
Yeah. So, Cara, how about you? How's your experience up until this point been so far? Is there anything you like to tell people about, like, the way you've been portrayed, or something you just want to tell about these first 5 or 6 episodes so far?
So I would like everyone to know that when I walk into a room, I do not announce myself as the vegan. That's not how I introduce myself.
Oh, really?
I'm not
That
like,
would be
hi
kind of
guys,
weird.
I'm Cara, I'm the vegan. Like that's not so much of that is because like you guys who've watched all these seasons, how many vegans have been on the show?
Plenty.
I think there have been. I'm gonna be honest. I think there have been plenty, but the openly vegans have been more of a trend of the new era of Hell's Kitchen.
Like
Yeah.
I'll be honest, like if anybody who did go enter any environment saying, "Hey, by the way, I'm the vegan," I would just immediately be like, "Okay, good to know." Okay, like if we're actually cooking something and there's like meat
Yeah.
on the menu, take into account. But otherwise, if you're just say at a library and you say, "I'm the vegan," I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so much of
nothing
so
against
much
that,
of
but that's
the
an awfully weird thing to announce.
yeah.
Yeah, but I
So
think I
like
like being vegan, like coming out as vegan is like the new coming out as, yeah.
Nah, it's,
I
it,
know,
is
I'm
that-
fine.
it is not that because
Okay, I mean,
this was where
I gotta see after.
yeah, please, 'cause that's not even remotely what this is. But
I don't know
it's just
where that.
weird.
How that's comparable to.
Why are you trying to imprint any kind of label like that on here? Like
That was
nothing
very odd.
against vegans, but it'd be kind of like if I walked into every room and went, "Oh, by the way, I'm the nerd. I'm the nerd.
Yeah,
I'm the nerd."
so-
Trust me, you
Jesus.
could tell that without me having to say it.
Yeah, I'm on the left now.
So,
Oh,
so much of the reason why I made sure I say that is because I am vegan for health reasons, my own personal choice to do that. But that doesn't stop me from cooking fucking anything on the planet. And
okay.
like that's the biggest stigma. So when they cast me and they were like, "Oh my god, you're a vegan too," I'm like, "Okay." So much of the edit is like showing me being a vegan. Like I mentioned it during our first signature dish cook, but then every single production anything was vegan Cara Marie, the vegan Cara Marie, vegan Cara Marie's on the meat station again. And it's like, I swear to God, it was not the thing. It was not.
You proved you could cook on that meat station because everybody got kicked out, but your station did well. Just
Yes.
that service, I'm like, good. Because
Yeah.
unlike Josie, who had a consistent problem of never tasting their food, you did not start off with those kind of problems. So yeah,
No,
good
luckily
showing.
not. Well, thank you. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I think that being a part of season 24, like all of the chefs from the season, and I know Brad can attest to this, we have a group chat that we have been talking to each other actively for like a year. And we are so supportive of each other, and we are so like, we go out of our way to just hype each other up because we want to be there for each other, and we want to support every choice that these chefs are making because we went to literal hell and back. And so much of us, like at the end of the day, 19 of the chefs from the season don't win. Only one person wins. So there's one winner and 19 losers. That is the end. That is the end game of this whole thing. So we have to just enjoy the ride, and we have to work our ass off and do everything we can up until the very last minute that we're there. And we have to also kind of not be a dick on TV. And I will very happily say that you, Brad, and me, I don't think we've been dicks on TV. Except for maybe that part when you threw everybody under the bus.
Yeah, maybe that part just a little bit, but I mean, you know,
Just a little bit.
other than that,
That's
What are your
a
thoughts?
little. That
Harvey,
much
what are your
trauma,
thoughts
my
on
guy.
Anthony?
If you mean that part during the premiere, like that's less throwing someone under the bus and more just trying to plead your case. Like, hey, my reasons for going up are not as bad as your reasons for going up. Which
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just you trying to make a case at all. Like it's throwing under the bus if you try acting like your problems are not problems at all or you're denying them. That's not what you said.
Yeah. Anthony. The question was, Anthony, what do I think of Anthony?
Yeah.
I love Anthony. Anthony is like my brother from another mother. He is a much younger than me chef who has all of the talent in the world, and he loves to talk shit. He loves to be drama. He is absolutely the center of attention, and he is just like an amazing human altogether. He was nothing but kind to me the entire time, and he will 100% be my hype man for forever. He's an incredible human being, and I know Brad will agree with me.
Hell yeah, straight up.
Well, that's kind of how the episode started. Gumball was, Anthony got his little bit. Got his time to shine here a little bit, So what you kind of think about that, overall? And he had a lot to say about this episode.
I'm like, is he talking? I can't hear him.
Yeah, he was.
Oh no, you can't hear me. Oh no. Okay,
I can hear you.
I can hear you. I think they're talking about Gumball, but
yeah. So Gumball,
wait, now you did go out.
I'm confused. Anyway, Gumball, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't know what's going on.
I
Gumball,
can
talk
hear
about
everybody. I can't hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I am just
Testing.
talking to the mic. I mean, I'm making sure that everyone can hear me.
I can't hear Gumball either.
I can hear
Yeah.
him.
What?
this is okay. This is the drama of the episode.
That's so
guys.
weird.
We're gonna spend a minute talking about who could hear who.
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The drama.
Just keep Gumball. We can hear you. Just keep talking.
Okay. So you were asking about like the scene at the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Okay. Okay, I just want to make sure it was the right
Oh,
thing.
oh God, this could be
We'll
bad.
translate if you can't hear somebody.
okay.
So
Ooh.
again, I think it was a pretty fun scene. Like, I don't think it really added too much. Like, if we're talking like on a more macro level, but I did like how we got like a scene like that, and I do think this episode did actually have like a couple of fun like dorm scenes. We can talk about those as they come up, but I do think it was just one of those scenes that we got to like see them just kind of just chilling back and relaxing. And again, it was just a fun moment, like for Anthony and the others.
If you translate, he was saying that as far as the
dancing
scene, they're all
scene.
just dancing like at the
Yeah.
very end. He said like not to add a lot, but that it was a nice little moment just to see everybody like vibing together for a little bit. And I'm
Yeah,
basically
it's
on that
definitely
same
nice.
level.
Yeah, it's definitely nice to be able to have like the moments during the season of like watching, because there was so many moments of all of us just like shooting the shit. And obviously they're not going to like fill an
Right.
hour's worth of television with us sitting and shooting the shit, but
Yeah.
we like bonded completely. We were like a huge family. We were around each other all the time, and we spent every single day nonstop with each other, so we couldn't help but like form these bonds and have everyone feel like a family.
Yep.
I do remember Carlos.
Yeah, of
He was
course.
amazing.
Yeah, he was
Somebody
great.
just asked if anyone remembered Carlos.
Yeah,
Carlos is
yeah.
great. So one of the things that they didn't show in the first episode was Carlos during the signature dish cook. He has a silicone wedding ring, and he had this vinyl gloves on. Do you remember this, Brad?
Yes.
He literally pulled his glove off and lost his wedding ring, and he was so
Oh, wow.
traumatized. We were like picking through the trash trying to find Carlos's wedding ring. He was like, "My wife's gonna kill me." Like, and then we made him one out of like aluminum foil so that he could still be like, "You're still married and your wife will know that you're representing your marriage." But the poor guy, it was so sad. He was so stressed.
Truly, that was wild. I honestly forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's the sad thing. Like I think I do remember seeing maybe it's a Nelson Mandela memory, but it's like I feel like I saw that aluminum ring. In
Yes,
the
he
episode.
definitely was wearing it.
Yeah, exactly.
He
Like
was definitely wearing it.
yeah, because I remember it was a weird looking ring, and I was like, okay, it looks, it was aluminum. But at
We
the end of the
literally
day,
made it out of aluminum foil. I was like, just wear this. Like, your wife will know that you are here in her thoughts. It's going to be fine. Like, you'll figure it out. He was so stressed.
I have to say, a lot of it must be sad to like lose your wedding ring and then be the first one out. Like, that's
Yeah,
weird.
Carlos
And
had a
yet
bad day.
weirdly, I'm not sure that's any more or less traumatizing than when Elise lost her wedding ring in All Stars. Which, if you don't remember that was when that magician was trolling her and just sort of swiped her wedding ring, and she seemed to be like visibly panicked about, "Where's my wedding ring? Like, where is it? I want my ring back."
well, she got it back. So
She eventually got back. But
Carlos still wins.
You're trolled like
Yeah,
that.
Carlos did not get it back. They took it out in the trash.
Aww, I'm
Poor
so sorry to
guy.
hear that.
Oh man, so he lost the ring first boot. Didn't even, oh man.
But hey,
So what
he
what
loves
other
his wife,
questions you
right?
guys have?
Yeah,
He
that's the
does love
thing.
his wife. He loves his wife.
Yeah,
Well, that's the thing. We'll kind of go through the episode and kind of ask questions as we go along. Of course, the chat, I'm sure, will ask you questions. Yeah, so guys, ask. We've obviously asked Bradley questions. Can you ask him? But of course, ask Cara some question as well. Is it Cara or Cara? Or does it matter? Can you hear me?
Cara, is your name pronounced Cara or Cara?
It's Cara, but Gordon says Cara because he's English.
That's fine.
All right, guys, I gotta
It's
go.
Cara.
My wife just got home, so
Ah,
yeah,
go
thanks for
spend it
having
with that
me.
Pleasure seeing
wife.
you.
Love you
course.
guys.
Bradley, I
care.
love you.
Yeah, happy Halloween and
Happy
Hell's
Halloween.
Kitchen. Keep killing it.
Happy Halloween.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, goodbye. All right, so we had Chris and Bradley stop in, but now it's how it should be. That's
I don't know
for
why I can't hear him.
Can you so you can't hear Flynn? Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes. And I can hear Gumball. And I can hear
What about
Jim. I can't hear Flynn at all.
Oh no.
you? Random out the
think-
mic
I
keeps
think-
cutting out
well,
certain
yeah,
So
points.
weird, right?
Okay, Cara, here's what I'm predicting.
Yes.
If there's parallels between Flynn's podcast and Hell's Kitchen, then you're going to be eliminated on an episode where you did not hear Gordon Ramsay's ticket.
Gumball,
I'm
what
going to
is
tell
that
you
laugh
right now, Gordon, make sure everybody hears every ticket.
What?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He goes out of his way to make sure. Listen, there is nothing more terrifying than having that man scream in your face.
And yet, weirdly, it's on a lot of people's bucket list from what I've seen with that show. And on
Oh,
one hand,
it's definitely, it's got to be a kink, right? It's got to be a kink of like having Gordon Ramsay shout in your face.
I mean, I kind of like the idea too, just for the sake of like a challenge for myself of, okay, don't crack, don't smirk, don't show emotion, just fucking take it.
I think at
Yeah, no,
at the end of the day, like that's how it is. It's just, you know,
you have to. You
yeah,
got to swallow it.
yeah, in reality, it's like, oh, it would be considered abuse in the workplace. But hey, it's like, you know, you just got to, it's, you sign up for the show, you know what you're getting into. It's just TV, just roll with it, you know, like.
Honestly, in
Yeah.
modern seasons, I'm not sure it looks very abusive to me. I mean, I'm sure it's like extreme, but he's
Yeah,
not
the modern
assaulting
versions,
people.
no. I agree with the modern versions. It's not abusive because, you know, times have changed. But I'm just saying, like the older seasons, is like, damn, you know, like that's when Hell's Kitchen was peak. You know, let's put it that way.
Yeah. I mean, I would never use the term abusive. Um, I think it was equal parts the most amazing, incredible thing that I've ever gotten to do with amazing, incredible people. And also the most like anxiety ridden, sleep deprived, hungry that I've ever been because nobody knows how to feed a vegan when they're staying in the dorms. They're like, we got you avocados and bananas. And I'm like, cool, I'll live off that. You know, but I mean, it's like so much of that stress of like just being in it every day, all the time. That is not abusive. That is, we all signed a contract saying we volunteer as tribute to participate in something that is going to break us.
Yeah, and I
And
think
we have to just show up for it.
Yeah, I think just to clarify here, I wasn't when I talked about the word abuse, I was more referring to like what I feel are the olden times of 20 years ago in a real workplace, not today. Like I was just trying to clear
Yeah,
that.
no.
Because what I see on
Kitchen,
TV nowadays, it's like it is like on House Kitchen 24, it is soft compared to like what were the older seasons. That's just how I see
agreed.
it.
And some of the older episodes that I've watched of him, like just the way that the shouting and the throwing stuff and just all of it, like I grew up in kitchens with chefs like that.
Mhm.
And so much of that, like I'm used to it, which sounds really terrible, but like I was raised in a very old school chef, you know, regime where they shouted and they threw stuff and they had temper tantrums because they were allowed to because they were your boss. And you had to just say yes, chef, and do what they told you to.
I'm not a chef myself, but I work currently in an environment where very similar dynamics actually can occur. I'm not going to be specific about what it is I do necessarily, but I get kind of what that environment kind of feels like. So I sympathize.
Yeah, it's tough. But I mean, I still do it every day and I love it.
Alrighty, so let's get on into we kind of already talked about the challenge and how much of a dick that guy was. I don't even think he was much of a dick. He was just like so hard. And again, why is the CEO being so damn hard on chefs? It's just that's the thing about it. But
Wait, Cara, this is a funny question.
Going back to Nick's elimination and All Stars, maybe CEOs just shouldn't be judges in these challenges.
Yeah, look at Joe
Like,
Bastianich.
I agree with you. I mean,
at least I think
it's,
he can cook at least.
yeah, so that's what I'm saying is that this guy, it's his job is to be the CEO on paper. Like it is not, you are not in the R&D kitchens. You are not like tasting this food every day. You are not going through the motions of seeing how the food's prepared on a day-to-day basis. And you just like what you like. So like the fact that they brought in a CEO and he's like, you know, multi-million dollar corporation, but obviously is very particular about his own personal taste. I think that that was difficult for us to swallow because it's like if he didn't like what you made because of his own personal taste, then you were a failure immediately.
right,
But Grant has an interesting question that, in my opinion, is kind of random. But hey, Cara, what kind of car do you have?
I have a Mazda CX-5.
That is kind of random. Like, why would that be asked?
It's because I'm sitting in the front seat of my car because it's raining and the restaurant was too loud.
But it's not like I was. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really that curious, but
No, I love Mazdas. I always drive Mazdas. I like to drive fast.
I would be driving my Toyota Camry if I didn't get totaled by a 10-wheeler like a couple of months ago.
Woof, I am so sorry. That's horrifying.
Yeah, now I'm driving like
Old
a
lady.
hand-me-down. I'm driving like a hand-me-down Audi, which is a gift. I'm gonna be grateful for that. That being said,
Audis are
it's
very
like,
nice. Yes.
yeah, it's 2007. I'm grateful for the gift though. The problem with
Yeah.
the Audi, because it's a premium car, is it's like I
It's
have to pay
expensive to
twice.
fix.
I have to pay twice as much money for freaking gas. It's annoying. Like,
Mm-hmm.
well, I mean, gas and oil put together. Like, ugh.
Alrighty, yeah, let's get back to the challenge here. So let's go through the points. Obviously, we already kind of talked about how we'll get to Lisa in a second because she was the big standout. The other big things was kind of interesting because Cara looked like she might have a chance to
See
step
lots of
up.
hand gestures.
Yeah,
I'll translate.
Okay.
yeah, but that's the good thing. You probably can't hear this, right? Because she unfortunately did not step up once again. And so you said Ultra, that was her first one of the season, which we'll get, but you can confirm that in a second. But the big thing I want to talk about, Gumball, is a John. We had her finally, we had our Kimmy moment. I remember we talking about the season. Oh God, John's gonna be the Kimmy of the season. My goodness, fried chicken challenge. And the entire challenge, he said fried chicken a billion times. And yes, it was a harsh judge, but still he got a 2 out of 5. And overall, this is not a good episode for John. So considering he was the highest ranked male on your power rankings, what do you think of this overall bad episode for John going forward?
Before
Yeah,
Gumball answer, just first off, technically he was second highest after Chris, but second of all, Cara, in case you're wondering, he was asking just Gumball about John in this episode because this is the episode where everybody was wondering when is his whole "I'm from the South, I can cook the South" stuff will pop up, because you always get contestants like that from this show. And despite that, things didn't go great for him today.
Right.
Yeah,
But,
I mean, we can't have a brilliant day every time, but I think that specific challenge, going into dinner service after having a challenge where we were all just basically beat down except for 3 of us, like you saw Ellie was reacting, she got a 3. And she was reacting emotionally because she was like, I could have done so much better. So me getting a 1, Chris getting a 1, all of us getting really terrible scores and going into dinner service, trying to keep our head up and being like, we'll make it through and everything will be fine. It'll break down your self-worth there before you go into it. And then you have to get your head in the game. It's exhausting.
It was a 2 out of 5, I believe, actually, because she got a 3 out of 5 before on Signature Dish. But yeah, a 2 out of 5 was a new low, and I feel bad because just a really crummy judge. It sounds like.
Yes.
But yeah, Gumball, you were your thoughts.
Yeah, so about John, this was definitely a weird episode to say the least. Definitely the first blemish that we've really seen from him all season. And I did sort of allude to this before, but I did have this concern in the back of my mind that's we are getting a lot of John. We are getting a lot of very positive content for him, but at the same time, I still think it is worth wondering is it too much? Are we getting too much of John? And I think we definitely were in this episode, even before the reveal that his dish was bad in the challenge, where he got so many confessionals just in the lead up. Again, it was just fried chicken. My homies back in Georgia, they'd be so disappointed if I didn't come through in this challenge. So I definitely feel we were getting a lot of John right at the bat. In general, from the past episodes, I feel we have been getting a lot of John. And it did make me wonder, obviously, John is still meant to be this fan favorite figure, someone that we are meant to be caring and rooting for on the show. But I do think this was definitely a first sign that maybe despite his skill as a chef and despite him being this likable person, that he is going to have some serious challenges if he wants to get to the very end. And I do think that's going to be a major hindrance for him. The fact that we saw in this episode that he wasn't the greatest leader in the world, how he didn't really elevate his team the way that I'm sure some people would have wanted him to. And then obviously him not doing well in this challenge after bragging about fried chicken is obviously not a great look either. So I do think at the end of the day, this was definitely a knock against John. How much it is, I'll need to think about a bit more about how big of a knock it is. But it's definitely worth noting at least.
I agree.
I've been so scared. I just realized had he gone home, that would have been another.
Yeah, I mean, I think that John is probably, and there's a reason why he's a fan favorite. He is just this sweet, sweet man who loves his wife and his kids. And there's just so much pressure that happens in that kitchen. And if you don't have the background of working on a hotline in a brigade system with multiple cooks who are trying to communicate with you on a daily basis, dinner service is going to suck for you. And you could tell watching dinner services, the chefs that deal in those sort of situations all the time versus, you know, people who are strong maybe in the challenges, but once they get into the dinner service, they're kind of like, "Rrr," you know.
Yeah, so let's the other big thing from that challenge in a positive manner, Jem, was Lisa. The only person to impress. Now, say what you will, maybe it's because like it's just because CEO, so you can't really take him seriously. Nonetheless, Lisa, who's been a lot of top of people's power rankings, but at the same time kind of quiet, had a big breakout here. So, Jem, what's your thoughts on Lisa? On Lisa here, winning, essentially having the best dish for her team and winning it.
I'm gonna be honest. Again, I didn't watch the episode.
Oh,
But,
okay. I forgot
no,
about
but
that.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
probably,
this.
probably wrong person to ask there.
But it's okay. I'm gonna say this. I'm happy to hear that. I mean, at least for my draft pick prospects, I'm happy to hear that Lisa is the challenge winner, and I'm hoping that again, we're I know this episode count is going to be the same as the previous seasons, but I'm hoping in terms of like when you compare it to the number of contestants, you can see 20 as a number where now we're at the point where I don't know how to put it. Even though a bunch of contestants were eliminated at the same time in a few episodes, it's like we could argue in a certain way that 25% of the season or 30% almost has passed. And I'm like, maybe this is the point where, the who I believe is going to be the winner is going to start to rise.
Right. Yeah. So do you think this is indeed the case, or just she had a good moment, they had to highlight her, and she might go back to people?
Well, she had a good moment. They highlighted her, and if she's a winner, if she is the winner, then I feel like they might highlight her a little bit more than she would have been highlighted had she not been the winner.
Okay, top tier analyst there. Okay, I like it.
I have
guys.
actually
said I would gun for Lisa, so I'll gun for Lisa. Screw it.
All right, I like it. I like it. Cool.
I actually have an extra thing I would say about Lisa, but I'll hold off until we get to service.
So I'll ask you, Gumball, to finish off the people I want to talk about in this challenge. Was
Okay.
Ellie? I mean, you already oh, sorry, I meant Ultra. I did it again. One of these days, I won't say Ultra. You kind of talked. I don't know.
Ultra nerd.
You kind of talked about like already about Ellie, but again, Ellie's been so interesting. She's been quiet, but she's been getting slowly highlighted. And here, she had her and Sydney both been pretty quiet, but those two had a very interesting episode. Ellie here, after doing bad and not really that bad in a challenge, kind of broke down, and we saw her and Sydney's friendship. And then Sydney got a big moment after the dinner service. So overall thoughts on those two, their friendship, and those two in general.
I don't know about a friendship necessarily, because I don't know how heavily emphasized that's been in the edit. It's been a lot more of an Naya and Jada thing, which we'll definitely get shown a lot more of in the next episode, no less. But they do at least have moments that make you realize that, hey, even the people who've been like the strongest so far in this season have a couple breaking point kind of moments. And I don't mean that as a negative. It's just one of those things where the competition can kind of get to you. As I've said, I can tell how stressful it is. It's no sign of you as a bad person or a bad chef if you break down for a quick second, especially when all things considered, you did pretty well. Yeah, I was wondering that too. Like, is that the chef Zach Womack? Or
Really? I missed his comment. I don't know where it's at now. Shit.
Maybe I got deleted. Who knows? But
yeah, Zach. So talk again so I can see you. So I missed. If you're here, that'd be cool.
But yeah, in the challenge,
I think we might be getting trolled.
Cara had the first 1 out of 5, and then Chris did too. Now, granted, if I recall correctly, Chris actually did have raw chicken. So, love the guy. It was still great to see him, but I'll be honest, that does kind of deserve a 1. No matter.
Yeah.
You could criticize the judge a little bit on everything else. Raw chicken, you can't eat it.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was like, bro, I'm sorry, I love you, but he was like, it wasn't undercooked. He's like, I tempted it was 165. I'm like, okay, well, he's biting into chicken and he's saying it's not cooked. So none of us got to see it or taste it. So
if I didn't get a good look at it personally, but if it's pink, it's pink.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about that. So Ultra asked Cara for me, how was that reward? So they did go to Atlanta. It sounds like they went all the way across the country for that. That's amazing.
So Flynn was asking you the reward. How awesome was it?
Oh my God, I loved it. So I'm kind of like an adrenaline junkie. And I'm like, I love to do the things that terrify most people. And I do a lot of zip lining and a lot of things on a day-to-day basis that are terrifying to others, because I get joy out of it. Skydiving is on my list for my birthday next year. I loved the ATV when we were doing the ATV riding. They like barely showed it, but I was like not afraid to get muddy and dirty and get out there. And it's like, being up at the top of the building, and like everyone was scared. Like every single one of these girls, besides me and Sid, because Sid's also kind of like an adrenaline junkie. We were like, everyone was just shitting their pants. I'm like, you guys are going to be fine. Like, you're strapped in. You're going to be fine. It's going to be an amazing experience. And at the end, everyone was proud because they made it to the bottom. But it's like, I do stuff like that all the time. So being able to do something that I love just made it even more of a reward, you know?
That is actually a pretty cool way to put it. If I
Yeah.
were in that position, I probably would have been scared too. Not because I would be worried about anything bad happening. I'm sure it would be like above board. It's
Mhm.
probably more just for the sake of like,
The heights.
as much as you know it's been vetted. Like I've never done anything like that before, so I would just be nervous on trying something that new and that much out of my comfort zone. I have to imagine for at least some of them that might have been what was going through their heads. But and to see Lisa kind of freak out a little bit during that too, and Anaya impressively. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of figured she'd be into this, but
Mm-mm.
She
She was
was
a big old
annihilated
scaredy
by it.
cat.
lesser
Big
point.
old scaredy cat.
I have a bit of a question for you, because I don't think we were shown this in the edit, but given it was an odd number of people left in the game for like a challenge where you have to have 6v6, I noticed that Sydney's dish didn't get picked for the reward. Was there a reason for that?
So they wanted to make it so that the challenge had an even a number of plates to be presented to Joe. So we had to choose between Sid's dish and Lisa's dish,
Good call,
to
then.
go, because they both did a chicken drumstick. So we got to choose which one. And Sydney had beautiful fried chicken, but it was very similar to Anaya's dish. And Lisa did something super out of the box and different. So we were like, let's do Lisa's. Obviously, I couldn't eat it, but it looked beautiful. And, again, Sydney's was like beautiful North Carolina fried chicken drumstick, collard greens, and sweet potatoes. Basically the same thing that Anaya did, just without the collard greens. And so we were like, we picked Lisa, and thank God we did.
I mean, who knows? Maybe Sydney could also have had a 5 out of 5. So for all
She
you know,
could have, yeah, 100%.
like it might have been good either way. It was just something I was a little bit curious about.
Yeah. So that's the way that they even it out. If there's more members on one of the team, they will make it happen off camera where we have to choose between the team. Like they did it when we did the fish challenge, where we had to choose between Ellie and Kat's dish. And they played it because Ellie was like very upset because I was the only person that voted for Ellie's dish. And she was
That's the thing.
she was very upset. But then this one was just off camera because I think they were just trying to get through it.
Yeah, if there's no drama or even like comedic highlights you can make from having to sit somebody's dish out, I don't think they show it.
Yeah.
It has to be that way every time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, as you guys were talking, looks like we have Chef Zach on screen. I mean, he didn't have he had like a black profile pic. So yeah, Zach, if that's you, my Instagram's below, or my emails on my channel. Just give me a contact, because as you can see, the chat would love to see you. So, and
as
I don't even see him anywhere. Like I'm not seeing any comments.
He was there. I saw him, and
yeah, I finally saw it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, that feels kind of awkward because he's probably one of those chefs we talked like quite a bit of shit about, and that's a shame because like.
No, I mean not really. I mean, well, that's
okay, not like the worst person ever, but he's a chef on his season that got like, who went from like absolute massive fan favorite at the start, and then people really start disliking him. And if the edit is to be taken at face value, and I've not had a reason until now to even think about that, I would say that it's kind of warranted, but he's still a person. So if we got him on the show, I'd love to hear more from him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't see I don't know what the hell everybody's talking about because I don't know if it's because I'm in Canada, but it's like I don't see any Chef Zach Womack in the comments.
I can
I
look
did.
for it. Yeah, I
But-
did see it. I
Yeah, but I will
looking for-
see. I will say, Zach.
His profile.
Oh, there he
It's just
is.
a black
I
circle.
don't
Yeah,
see
he's
it.
right
I
there.
don't see it. I see it in the video here, but I don't see it in the chat.
You
Like,
have to go up, yeah.
but I will say. But I will say this. I think Zach. It could be the edit, but I will say this about Zach. If this, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the real Zach because I remember back like way before you and I created our channels for Hell's Kitchen, Flynn. Zach was pretty like he was one of the more active Hell's Kitchen contestants in the Hell's Kitchen community. I'd say like he was
Wow.
organizing a lot of like Hell's Kitchen parties with chefs and whatever. So I would say that he would if this is like I'm saying this is a possibility, a strong possibility.
Yeah.
You see, here's one thing I do gotta give Zach credit for that I don't think it's brought up enough. Whatever I thought of Zach for how he got portrayed on the show, he went out in a true sportsman-like fashion. Like he didn't seem the least bit bitter about how things turned out, despite the fact that it looked like he was bitter several times on the show, and he seemed otherwise supportive of everybody. Now, granted, that didn't make him any higher up in the ranking for the final brigades necessarily, but I don't know, like that's gotta be a good takeaway for the guy.
For sure. So yeah, so hopefully he hasn't said anything yet. I don't know. I mean, well, we'll see if he comes back to me. I'll let you guys know. Yeah, Zach, if you are in chat, just ask questions away. We'd love to have you. Let's get back to questions for Cara though. So yeah, let's go into service. So very, very good service for the red team. It seemed like. Yeah, ironically, the only like bad stuff we saw was miscommunication by Lisa. So.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it seemed pretty close. So, Ultra, ask Car for me, was the service as good as we saw, where Lisa like was the only bad thing we saw, or were there more mistakes and it was a lot closer than what it looked like on camera?
So, Cara, he's asking about service. Was it actually as good as we saw? Because the most that we noticed for flaws was a little bit of the franticness at the end with Sydney, which turned out okay, and then Lisa having a little bit of breakdown communication, but it looks like she bounced back from that too. Otherwise, was as good as what we saw?
It was our best service
Okay.
ever. It was the best service. Everyone was communicating. Everybody was talking to each other. I mean, other than, so at this point, you could see where Alexandra has sort of shifted into being more of like a supporting, where she is like just trying to listen and learn how we are like working together as a whole. I think that she just gets kind of irritated when people tell her what to do, because you saw it with Jada in the last episode or the episode before when she's like, I'm trying to give her the least difficult things to do while I just run the station. And I think Alex sort of got irritated about it. But at the end of the day, sometimes somebody has to take a back seat in order for it to be successful, and having an entire kitchen full of chefs that are running their own kitchens or their own catering companies or their own like private chef businesses, like Alexandra could have been so much worse if she would have just like actually started spouting off when she gets irritated, but she was able to just say, okay, I'm just going to do what I can. She was able to be like the exact team player that we needed in that moment. And Lisa did get stressed out and she really did get in her own head, but a lot of it was like Fish Station was in her ear, like kind of shouting to her. And so much of that is, again, like not having a leader to communicate to. Because with me and Sid on the meat station, like I was the leader and I was communicating with the Fish Station. So when I'm communicating with them and we're trying to get on the same page and she's talking to Lisa, like if all three of us are talking at the same time, it's very hard to focus. But it's not that Lisa didn't have what she needed. It's not that she wasn't ready when she needed to be ready. It was just that she had so much going on and people were in her head that sometimes it's hard to like block out the fuzzy noise of things. But I think that it was our best service ever, in my personal opinion.
And something else I happened to notice is that despite we were definitely showing more mistakes on the blue team side, for whatever reason it was close. I'm like, how is that even possible?
That's what
like, were they speeding up after a little bit, or because I'm guessing. I mean, I'm not sure you'd be able to verify necessarily, but
I have absolutely no idea what was happening over there. Like
they don't
most,
have like a steady.
the only thing that I would hear is if Gordon was yelling. Like I'm like, oh, they're in trouble. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Like it was not. You couldn't pay attention to what they were doing because we had to pay attention to what we were doing. We were too
That's right.
focused on being successful to worry about what kind of shit the boys were going through.
That's fair. And my only guess was like maybe y'all had a more slow and steady approach, which again, like that's just. I think about like the fable of the tortoise and the hare. Like sometimes that does win the race. Don't be frantic.
And that was like with me and Sid on the meat station, like we divvied everything up. So she was in charge of the Wellingtons because they're very like it's a meticulous thing. It takes perfection. It takes timing. It takes a certain amount of time in the oven. It takes a certain amount of time to rest. Like it is, you have to watch it. You have to babysit it. So I was basically doing all the lamb, all the strips, everything else. And she was just taking care of the Wellingtons. So when it came down to like the last two, I was like, Sid, you have a timer set. Just let it cook. Don't listen to what everybody else is saying. You know what you're doing. You know how to cook a beef Wellington. Just let it sit in there. And Jaden jumped the gun. He thought it was ready. He pulled it out and then he had to cook it again. And all that time of pulling it, cutting it, letting it rest, you're just adding cool air to it. And it's going to take even longer. So that's why we won, because I was like, just let it do what it's supposed to do. Because you can't make it cook any faster.
Like I was hearing what you were saying. I'm like that's a very accurate assessment of what we were seeing. And then I saw Zach's comment below, and I'm like, overconfident. I mean, I'm not like I'm sure he's right because he was there, but
that's interesting. That's why
last thing I would.
That's what I'm saying, dude. That's why I wanted someone like Zach gone. Like I would never in a million years think of Danielle from season 11 as overconfident. But
like every time I heard her on screen, she was like, "I've never been at Brigade. I've never been at Brigade." I'm like, that's not confident at all. That's the opposite. Like, so if she's overconfident, I dare ask, how? Like the most she said was that she was like some kind of head chef. But even Susan, learning that she hadn't done that, was like, I can't believe she's been a head chef. Head chef of what? A hot dog stand?
Hot dog, yeah. There you go. And then just go. We talked about the edit, right? Like Zach was there with Danielle. We weren't. So that's exactly why especially for a season that was over 10 years ago. It just that's an interesting comparison to say the very least. I would not see that, but yeah, that's so. There you go at that. Where was I? Oh, another question for Cara, Ultra. Since we're talking about the red team, what's her experience been like with the red team? I know even she's kind of gotten into it a bit with a couple of times with the likes of Alex and Anaya. Like, what's this whole thing? Kind of give her thoughts about like this, what we've seen from the red team so far.
So, Cara, what he's asking about is your experience watching the red team, and it sounds like some of the drama that was unfolding between like Anaya and Alex, you and Alex, that kind of thing. Like, was it actually as well, volatile is not the right word. It's not that bad, but like at least as intense as what we were seeing?
So, yes and no. So, a lot of when the season started, Alex was easy for me to talk to because Alex and I were the oldest chefs there on the women's team. So, we had so many like, back when before this kid, was even born, I was like cooking steaks and doing this and doing that. And like we would like laugh about it and joke. And I considered Alex a friend. And then all of these things started happening where she just didn't want to be a team player. She thought she knew better. And she literally would not stop talking. And so the whole thing came to a head with me and then with Anaya because respectfully speaking, Alex wouldn't shut the fuck up and let anybody talk. And that was the biggest issue because I'm like, Alex, you and I talk all the time. Like we sit and we talk, we discuss things like adults, we communicate, and you know that I have respect for you and you have respect for me. So if I'm telling you what you're doing and your behavior is wrong and it's not helping, I'm hoping that it's coming from a place of me saying, you need to get your shit together if you want to be a part of this team. Because if you keep on the downward spiral that you're on right now, nobody's going to want you here.
So it sounds a little bit Elise-ish in that regard. I mean, again, not that bad, but it's one of those things where
here comes the Elise
kind of a problem with taking criticism too and never letting anybody else have a word in.
I don't necessarily think it's so much not being able to take the criticism. So my biggest takeaway from it is that when Alex joined the season, no, I am not holding back. When Alex joined the season, she was running her own kitchen and it was her and one cook in the kitchen all the time. So she was not used to that brigade system. She's not used to communicating with multiple stations and talking with people about, how to get through service. She wasn't used to it. So I needed her, we all needed her to be open to being a part of that. Like you can be fantastic and creative and wonderful in challenges. And she does cook her ass off when it comes to the challenges. She makes great food. She's got a great palate. But when it comes to working in a team, she just wanted to be like, I'm going to do what I want to do all the time. And like, you can't do it right now in the competition. We have to be a team. There will be a point where everyone is individuals and you are fighting your ass off individually. But right now, the only way to get us there is to be successful as a team. And she just needed to realize that. And so, having a conversation where I yell at her and walk out of the room and pull like a Fez from that 70s show and say, I say good day and walk out, and then she got into it with Anaya and then she walked away because she knows what it's like to have a conversation with someone that's not letting you talk. And then she was kind of like, okay, maybe I need to just start doing things. So she was just trying to figure out where her spot was because so much of her performance in the kitchen was her voice and the things that she was saying and taking a knee. And as soon as she got quiet, I don't know if I'm the only person that noticed this, but as soon as she got quiet, red team started winning services.
Yeah.
So real
Yeah.
face, I'm not saying she's a bad person, but per what the edit is showing us, a major face turn there then for Alex, which is nice to hear.
Yeah, I don't think that Alex is a bad person.
What I'd love to know is, because you were literally there on the team when she did this, when she flipped off Elena on her way out the door, or not Elena.
It was Elena.
Yeah,
it was Elena.
Yeah. Like, was that really as freaking dramatic as they?
When it happened, nobody saw her do it except for Anaya. None of us were paying attention what Alex was doing. We were all saying goodbye to Elena. We were like, we're so sorry to see you leave. Like, we love you. You're going to be great. Goodbye. Nobody saw her do it except for Anaya. So as soon as we got backstage, she was like, she flipped her off as soon as she left. That's why I was like, you flipped her off? Like in front of Gordon Ramsay? Don't be a dumbass. Like, why would you do that? Like, I understand being frustrated because she threw you under the bus, but there are adult, mature ways of behaving when you're upset and throwing a temper tantrum and flipping the bird to a chef that just got eliminated. Like, be better. Be better.
I mean, on a personal level, I never saw it as that big a deal. Granted, I wasn't there; it didn't happen to me, so it's easy to say that. But like, I've seen far more disrespectful gestures, even down the show. More disrespectful than the bird. Okay, I've seen the bird actually flipped in Gordon Ramsay's direction. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
That's more disrespectful. But
I think.
Yeah.
Dan, I forgot. How can we forget about that? Where Zach was here.
Hey, Dan.
Almost like,
wait. Zach, I have a question for you. Was I believe this is the case. Was the middle finger from Dan that was shown on the screen, was that photoshopped on? I strongly believe it was.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to know that too. But
really?
I will not. But yeah, I'm not gonna act like it was professional. I just think like for good reality TV fun, it didn't go too far. But for a professional saying, yeah, it does go a little further than it absolutely needed to.
And I think the idea of like giving the middle finger, I remember Ultra made a reference to Ramsey getting the finger. I'm like, well, I personally think, yeah, just to clear that, but I really sincerely think Garrett, when he gave the finger to the van, I think he was just giving it like
it was girls to the red team. But
yeah, the women were
in there with them, and I think that the blue team would have been aware of that. So there's that. I'm
talking about for elimination, not just general middle fingers, like elimination.
Oh, Joseph, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Wait, Joseph said "fuck you," but he didn't. Yeah, but he didn't say the finger though. I mean, didn't do the finger.
No, I'm pretty sure it was like after he
No, he
left.
did. Fuck all y'all. No. How you guys forget that? Fuck all y'all here.
Yeah, fuck all of you. I guess that includes
It was pretty
Ramsey.
brief, but
Oh,
yeah, he was
Nicole.
there.
Nicole fingered Ramsey though. Nicole
That's what I'm
fingered
saying. I
Ramsey.
said Nicole and Jennifer. And Jennifer, it doesn't matter if it's Ramsey or anyone.
I'm
And
sorry, I'm a
Jennifer-
child.
And Jennifer Arnold.
Hey, it's funny. Like
I'm sorry, I'm an adult child. I still laugh at every like dick and fart joke on the planet. Like I'm just a child.
like there's some times where I think it's a little lowbrow, but I'm a guy. I can laugh at it.
You gotta laugh, right? You gotta laugh.
I just personally think jokes can be for anybody. When I get told, "Oh, that's a 12-year-old humor," I'm like, "Well, screw that shit." Like, I think we're all adults and we could all laugh. That's just my thought.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that.
Oh yeah, you got some X interviews. Yeah, of course. So.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, that's a good point.
No, but
Yeah.
Coop was to Polly, not to
Black
Ramsey.
Gather,
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Deserved it. Like.
Yeah. So let's talk about.
Fuck you, Polly.
You fucking I forgot what you said. Let's do the blue team service.
So
now.
I'm probably gonna have to cut it short with you guys because I have to drive back to Rhode Island. But do you guys have any other questions for me or anything else that you wanna? Any juicy details that I may or may not be able to tell you?
Yes, Cara Marie, I have to tell you. I didn't watch the episode tonight, but when I told some people, no, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta say that when I left, I was thinking my prediction for the person eliminated tonight is Cara Marie.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, honestly, at some point, like I said, 19 chefs are going to be eliminated. So you have to just go with your gut. But you also, at the end of the day, it's Gordon's decision.
Okay, and also, fine, I'll say it. Cara Marie, before the season started, Cara Marie, I have to say, like, you know how we're watching shows and you might have a little crush on people you're watching? I have to say, that, like, for this season, you were kind of like my red team crush,
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
I mean, you are an attractive woman. Like,
oh my God, stop it. Flattery gets you everywhere, guys.
I know, but
honestly, I felt like the biggest dork on the team for the majority of it because I think that every single one of the women on the red team, they're all beautiful. And it's like, it's just, I mean, in comparison to what people think female chefs look like, like I feel like we got the cream of the crop this season.
I was going to say,
that's a common thing in reality TV. It's like oftentimes very attractive people get on. So.
Yeah,
well, thank you.
Baddies
I don't think that me being attractive had anything to do with being on the show.
Oh no, like it's a bonus.
I think I said it to my friend.
It's just a high five.
I said it to my friend, and the funny thing is when I came back into the house and I was told, because the thing is, my mother was watching the show and she said, spoiler alert to the people watching, the black guy went home, and I'm like, wait, do you mean Chris? And I was like, and then by coincidence, the person I predicted went home, and the guy who I guessed went home were in the same call right now. That was what I found was a kind of a coincidence.
Well, it sounds like you are paying attention.
Yeah. The other thing is, I was telling my friend that one thing I found was a really big coincidence is that when you were cast, I saw that you were on the cast. I thought I feel like someone on the Fox production team or the Hell's Kitchen production team watches the challenge because you remind me of this other woman named Cara Maria, and she looks a lot like you, except the difference that she has feathers in her hair. That's the one difference, really.
No feathers here.
No feathers.
No feathers.
Yeah, I guess.
Not gonna lie, the people who I've seen with feathers anywhere around their head in reality TV usually are loons.
True.
I don't know who this other Cara Marie is, but I'm thinking of somebody else, and I'm like, nope, that guy was crazy.
Ultra, ask her if she has like where people can find her and all that.
Well, thank you very much for all of your.
And before you leave, just for fun's sake, where else can people find you on social media?
So I am not really much of anything but Instagram. I do have a Facebook that I'm not super on all the time. It's only because of my gym mostly, and for my mother because she loves it when I post stuff on there. But you can find me on Instagram. I'm Chef Daddy Cara.
Okay.
All right. Tell her that thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
It was great to talk
Have
with
a
you.
good
Of
one.
course. You guys are awesome. Keep doing what you're doing.
Awesome.
Yes,
You too.
ma'am, yeah.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
Bye.
All right.
That was
Yo,
awesome.
what's up,
We got
guys?
3 guest stars. Well, 4 actually with Zach. Actually,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Kimberly Love's in
Chubby.
there too. Man, we got like a whole all-star cast here.
Got an all-star. Yeah, quite the interesting cast. So that's all for Cara. So now no one's gonna watch now. And I'm just kidding. We got our loyal fan base here. Let's finally get to the blue team. So I gotta give a shout out to Jem though for admitting his crush to a I gotta say though, chat, Jem was a lot more not as PG about it when we were talking on our membership. So as I gotta
No, that's a bit of an overstatement, I find. I've used one word to describe Cara Maria's attractiveness. One word. I didn't go into complete non-PG details. Just saying one word, and that's
No.
it. It was
Well,
it
it's
was,
initials.
it's a compliment. Let's put it this way.
It's a one
It
letter
is a
word.
compliment, but let's be honest. There's a reason why we were like, I wonder if he'll mention the crush thing.
I wasn't gonna say the word because
Some people might. I mean,
we
if
gotta
Josh was
keep
offended
it. We
by
gotta
I
keep
don't know
it.
if she would be.
We gotta keep it PG. But this is a word that's beyond PG. But it wasn't like I was completely beyond PG, Flynn. Like that's all I'm saying.
All right. Anyway, so since it's down below, it's a good time. I forgot. I think that was one of our first ones, but we're doing our cast assessment. So if you want to see that podcast, go join my channel membership, and you can see what Jem said. All right, let's get back to the the blue team service now. Really, the only thing was that the only thing was John messed up a lot of scallops and fish in general. But Anthony was, and we'll talk about the elimination here in a second, but Anthony was just not talking at all. Sometimes I feel that's the edit doing a thing, but to me, it was just like, okay, that's obvious. He's just not the type of person. And they still had a chance to win, which was surprising, but Jaden with a bad Beef Wellington at the end there. So, Gumball, I know you kind of want to say something. You kind of want to talk about Antonio, I'm sure, with his downfall here.
Yeah. So there was one scene that we didn't really get to talk about. It happened right before service. It was the most random scene I've probably ever seen on HK. It's just Antonio and Lisa talking, and Antonio somehow didn't know his own sous chef's name. Like, yeah, that felt like such a random scene that was just thrown in there for no reason. And it's like, it's Antonio of all people. Like, Antonio is like one of the most under-edited people in the entire season. So when we saw that, I was thinking, he's going home, isn't he? And then we get to the service and we see like they're focusing a lot on John's mistakes, but they're also like throwing in like, oh, Antonio is like not stepping up. He's not really being a leader. It's like, okay. Now all the pieces are to fall into place. So I want to at least bring up that scene from before service. Like I wasn't sure what you guys thought about that moment.
No, I saw it too, and I thought, really, dude? You've had like 5 services in the same kitchen and you don't remember your own chef's name?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I do not believe for a second that the edit made him look worse than he was. He was probably just like falling asleep during service. So.
I thought he meant like his sous chef back at home. Like that would be even more embarrassing. You forget your own sous chef back at home's name. Like,
yeah, man. All right. So and that was really the only thing. So
that and Jaden messing up a Wellington at the end, which is basically what cost them the win.
Yeah, so Ultra, who do you think was going up here when it was between those 3?
I did lean more towards John and Antonio anyway, because there was just a lot more focus on them, and it was just like one mistake for Jaden, which, not that it's nothing, but you've got John, who was the primary cause of any mistakes in service, and then Antonio, who should have been a good backbone for him and wasn't contributing really at all.
And was there any doubt in your mind? Again, it's one of those interesting things where I think we can agree John had the worst service, but like with how good he's been, he deserved a second chance. Antonio's been quiet. He's kind of clowned on, and just in general, again, you can't really be that quiet. It's not like it's a Garnet station where that's a huge no-no, but still, he wasn't helping at all. Was there any doubt in your mind, Ultra, that John was going to get a second chance?
Yeah, I was pretty confident he was sticking around, because Antonio is just like, the more the edit emphasizes how little you're actually doing without really highlighting your positives, I just don't see it happening. Because here's the thing, there are positive things you could say about Antonio on this season. For example, he has...
Well, we'll get to that. Yeah.
I'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. So with that said, John would get a second chance. I think we can all agree he deserves it. And we say goodbye to Antonio. I believe he was my second overall pick this season.
Yeah, he was.
So I lose a big one there. I should have gone the Chris route. It was between him and Chris for me, and I just went down to Antonio. What's your so Ultra? Go ahead and we'll go around the panel. Chat, give your thoughts on Antonio in the comments as well. Overall thoughts on Antonio this season.
So here's the positive you can give him. Probably the most consistent person on the challenge basis we have. Initially, I said Chris, and well, now in the last 2 episodes, he had 2 actual major flubs, so there's that. But Antonio, he got 4 out of 5 in Signature Dish, was a candidate to win the Punishment Pass, one of those top dishes. His team won that reward service, so you got to count that too for him. He earned a point in the next 2 challenges, and even in this challenge, he got a 3 out of 5, which, given how strict the judge was, is praise enough. I mean, it's not the best score, but it was nowhere close to the worst. So, yeah, you could highlight those positives, but the fact that we never even got that highlighted, I think was shown that he wasn't going to make it very far. Also, yeah, you can only do so well in challenges while not being great in services. You got to be like Mia from season 18 levels of amazing, because she was freaking amazing in challenges. Like, whoa, I don't think she had a bad performance like once in those challenges. Like usually top tier all the freaking way. And her services were good enough to justify it. She was vocal enough to justify it. Antonio, like the ad didn't really do very many favors in services.
So Gumbo, you were very, and that's interesting because I noticed that too. I didn't know he was the best all throughout the challenges I've ever won, but I know he was doing really well. But Gumbo, that never stopped you for keeping pretty much at the bottom of your power rankings from like day one, it seems like. So yeah, let's just say overall thoughts on Antonio and why were you so low on him? Was it just do the edit or just I assume just the edit, right? Or
Yeah, it was just the edit. Like I think I even say in my videos that it's like his actual performance is not even that bad. I mean, like his services up to that point, his challenges performances were fine enough, but it's like he was just like non-existent on the show. And I will say, I do like Antonio. He does seem like a pretty nice guy. Also helps that he represents New Hampshire, which is a state that I live pretty close to. So he did have that going for him, but yeah, it's like he was just not there on the show at all. Like it felt like the show's just going out of their way to not really show him, to the point where it's like I felt like his boon this episode was very obvious because he was all of a sudden getting content. And yeah, so like I do feel like on the whole, it's like it is a shame that we didn't get to see more of Antonio, but at the same time, it's like I can kind of see it. Like he wasn't like the most riveting character either. So again, it is what it is, but obviously sad to lose him.
But we weren't done yet. Once again, we weren't done yet. And Jem, as the man in blue here, as we saw, hopefully you're listening, Jada would go to the blue team. So chat, how do you think this blue team switch is going to go? This is one of those where it's not getting, no, this isn't your last chance. No, you're going to step it up. And sometimes that can work in their favor and sometimes that can cost them. Jada really found her stride pretty much all season. She's been highlighted. So Jem, what do you think this means for Jada's game going forward?
I just think that, it's positive in terms of the edit. I think she has, I don't know how to put it. Like she just, it's a good look. Whenever you're the person selected to go to the blue team because they're down on numbers and we think you'll be the one to lift them up, it's a good look. And I think Amber in season 19, as much as people, as much as she did go downhill as the season progressed, she had a good start. And same thing with Natalie from season 9. It was, I think it's a good indicator when Ramsey picks you to switch teams. Heather from season 2 is another example.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I always worry about, it's like, it's kind of unfair, right? I always think about Lulu, for example. It's like, well, you step up, you go to blue team. And now every little mistake is like overdone because, you're supposed to step up as a leader. And now, you can be an easy standout. And just being like the only girl on a blue team, you haven't been with them all year. It just makes you an easy standout. So we'll see. Any other thoughts on Jada's? If you guys, Ultra or Gummo, if you have thoughts, or do you kind of agree with Jem?
I'm thinking for a second because I wonder if there's a bit of a difference between women who swap to the blue team early in the game versus later in the game, because
this is kind of in the middle, right? It's kind of not,
All we know is that like 90% of the time it's the women who switch to the men's team.
Yeah, seems like that.
I think Hassan was the only man who ever switched to the women's team when they were down on numbers. Like,
well, it's one of the few times that happened, I suppose. Yeah, but Heather season 2 finished swapped early on, was amazing. Melissa later on absolutely flamed out. Jen later on was on a downward spiral from then on. So I guess we'll do that. Like, this is later, this is early. Lacey swapped early enough on, and actually kind of did better at first until she flamed out because she can't cook meat, chef. You got Suzanne swapping briefly, way near the end, but she was on her way out too then because like no one really cared. I'm not counting Robert, by the way, because this is for the ladies swapping, and he barely counts as a red team member anyway. You have Autumn who swapped early on, and kind of a little bit of both, I guess you could say, happened. Also, she swapped back later on. That you gotta account for that too. Melissa, who swapped a little later on, immediately flamed out.
Okay, yeah. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, we won't.
I think it leans just from the early seasons. It leans a little more towards like they don't do great later on. I don't know because we haven't seen like any indication of Jada really petering out. But you know,
yeah, that's the thing, you know. So we'll see if she continues to dominate, or like that's what I'm scared of. Every little mistake, you know, she might stand out. Unfortunately, so we'll see if she can keep being dominant. All right, so that would do it for episode 6. You know, it's just kind of a meh episode, to be honest, which is to be expected the season after just such a hot start, and it is what it is. I'm glad. It's always good to see these chefs have a good service as well. And yeah, we gotta lose some guy like Antonio every once in a while. But Jem, are you ready for your game? Please tell me you are.
I am to a certain degree. I'm unfortunately don't have the link to the next poll ready. I guess I'm gonna have to deal with that on Discord or send it to you for you to do the next day, something like that. But I did just wrap up the chefs to be eliminated. I'm just gonna double check one more thing and then we'll get cracking.
While I'm waiting, I know I mentioned Stranger Things and Jem, let me know when you're ready. Hey, chat, let me know what you think about Stranger Things, because I'm not seeing why like it's such like this show went absolutely so mind blowing viral. It's a good show, but what am I missing? Is it like because it's like the '80s red show and it's like for kids and maybe my demographic is like 20 or something? I can't really
it's not
relate
exactly
to
a kids show, but
I have a. I
Well, there's
think
no
it's because
kids
it
as,
was
like,
a
the
drawback
TV.
to like the '80s PG kind of content you usually get because PG nowadays I've heard critics refer to it as practically G because it basically is like
Yeah.
like let's go like for a comparison's sake, yeah, something like Disney's The Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's a G-rated movie and it goes to some dark, intense places. Then you have something like 10 years ago, you had Inside Out. That's PG.
Yeah.
For what? What
Yeah.
about that is like requires more parental guidance than what you see in Hunchback? Like great movies, I love them, but the rating system is arbitrary at best.
Here's my argument for that. Like, I agree with what you're saying, but I think the reason why Inside Out would get PG in theory is not because of like appropriate or inappropriate content, but more because Inside Out, it talks about emotions and all that crap. And I think it's more of an idea of like, hey, if you watch this with your kids, it's like they'll have a lot of questions regarding emotions and you can answer them, That's my argument for it.
Yeah, but how are emotions a harder question than, death and religion and lust and sex? I'm sorry, emotions.
The kids don't understand that crap. You know what I mean? Like I think it was more the adults that were watching and thinking, "Hey, I see the themes here," and I think the best part of it was like Judge Furlow's hypocrisy of like, being disgusted by Esmeralda, but she's hot. Like.
Yeah, and but yeah, like Stranger Things is more of a callback to when PG actually meant something back in the 80s because that it is appropriately gruesome, not to the point where you can't watch it or it would immediately turn everybody off, just maybe a small handful of people, and that's all fine and good. Like not every rating or every movie or show is for everybody, obviously, but yeah, this is the kind where it's like, no, I want to make this to challenge you at least a little bit. While it is like a major callback to some of those properties, like you see a little bit of like Alien in there, it is still kind of being its own thing at the exact same time. Like it's a loving nod to all those classic 80s tropes, like the loser club kind of like a group of nerds you have with the kid characters. You got a little bit of like the teen horror aspect with some of the teenage characters. You've got a one loner kid who like no one really liked, but he kind of is flying over the popular girl, that kind of 80s property, and some of the badass adults and like the law enforcement who are trying to make sense of all this chaos too. It is a really good mishmashing of all of them. And every season, I think, at least has a really great moment near the end where eventually all their plot lines, despite how separate they've been, all coming together and finally comparing notes and realizing, oh, so this and this and this and this and this and this have been going on. And this is what we got to do now to take it down. I love those kind of scenes. So that's what I get out of it at the very least.
Yo, let's get a W in chat for ARP with the $5 donation. Hell's Kitchen Season 4 is the best structured season, having 3 villains in the beginning, middle, and end, being Corey, Ben, and Jen. I think they're a little bit too disgusting for me to totally get involved in it, but that is the cool thing about that season, and Corey's face turn especially.
Is Corey even that disgusting?
Yeah, that's the thing. She has more of a face turn at the end there, but definitely compared to these two.
I mean, even at the beginning, like, it's less stupid and more just her not really understanding the assignment. Like, I'm gonna do it strategically just because y'all don't respect me, which, I mean, it's the wrong idea, but I understand where her emotions come from. She's otherwise not really being that bitchy. It's more just, why'd y'all exclude me so often? That's really all it is. Ben and Jen, though, if you have issues with them just from season 4, I get it.
Well, speaking of, we probably won't have like people as hated. They've already been eliminated. But let's get to Jem's game here real quickly. Go for it.
Bad news. The poll, I'm gonna have to put it up, like I said, another time or tomorrow or something, or in an hour or two. But I went to the movie theater. I forgot to charge my phone 30 minutes in advance, like I wanted to, so it died. And then on top of that, I come home and I told myself to charge it before you start the podcast. I forgot to charge it. And then I go to look for my phone charger just now. I can't find it anywhere. So I don't know. But so here's what I'll do. My phone's dead. I don't have like pictures for you guys to see. So unless Flynn can just take the screenshots and put them up, but whatever. It's too complicated to do one at a time. So what I'll do is I'll just read out the names.
This is a good time actually to do improv real quick. We have
All right. So in 276th position, I decided to eliminate 24 chefs here. The immune states, so I'll go through those first, are Arizona, Connecticut, Illinois, Kentucky, Maine, Pennsylvania, DC, and Europe. All right, so yeah, it's not a game, Flynn. It's just a popularity poll contest. That's all.
That is a game technically.
Okay, fine, a game. My point being is, so those states. So anybody who is in those, anybody who's in those states is safe. Cannot even if they have 10 votes, they cannot be eliminated.
Well, why are they safe though?
It's because
people vote for them.
Yeah, in the poll.
So why doesn't it just be a popularity contest? That's
because I wanted to add a twist for this season. Because
but it's just gonna be the same thing. I feel, but okay.
So basically, yeah, that's it. You vote for why you're voting for. Can I talk?
You can. I'm just confused.
While you vote for people to eliminate, you vote for states to survive. And yes, Europe's not a state, but it's like there are 3 contestants listed as being from Europe. So I was like, fuck it. Anyway, let's get cracking. So in 200 out of the ones who are not safe, in 276th position, we have but they're springy, chef. They're springy.
Steven, season 9.
Good job.
Okay.
All right. Just gonna move the screen this way so I can multitask here and not flip back and forth. Okay. I also want to see the comments just for the hell of it. Okay. Next up, I included this in my first Boots confessionals video. They might as well just hand me the prize. I got this in the bag.
Stacy, season 7.
Good job.
You got 2 first boots.
Yeah. Next up, I feel like I've been such an underdog. I'm a woman from the South.
Kimmy?
Close. Beth.
Okay. There's probably a better way to quote her without saying from the South because everyone's going to attribute that to Kimmy first. I mean, it's true about Beth too, but it's like How would I?
Yeah, I don't know. Let's move on. Who cares? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, Beth. The irony is that even though Beth sucked, like in terms of talent, I actually liked her. I was sad.
Yeah,
to see
she
her
was
go.
like. I feel like she was one of those interesting cases where she was a big character, like notable, but like there's nothing I can really think about her.
Yeah,
you know?
I felt sad to see her go, even though she wasn't a big character and she kind of sucked. But
Yeah, so she had like the entire her elimination episode was like revolved around her. I guess that's why I kind of know her. Anyway, keep going.
all right, next one. Okay, it's a quote from Scott towards this person. What do you think you're doing? Put that tape down. You think I'm stupid? I'm not stupid
Andrew.
like you.
Andrew, season 1.
Yeah. Next up, this guy looks like Justin Trudeau, and he kind of has
You?
the same.
You?
Bullshit, dude.
No, I'm sorry. I see the resemblance. Otherwise, I'm not sure who you're talking about.
No, I don't look like Justin Trudeau. Anyway, this guy looks like Justin Trudeau, and he, I feel like he has the same sort of like wimpy bullshit as Justin Trudeau as well. And, yeah, in this case, he was frazzled by Chef Ramsay, and he was listed as having Gordon Ramsay's favorite moment of the season.
I have no idea.
Season 14, Cameron.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here,
he was frazzled. And I'm sorry. I look back at a picture of Justin Trudeau, and I'm like, nope. I see the resemblance. I don't know why you don't.
I guess
Yeah.
I don't know because we're both Quebecois. I don't know. Anyway,
No, you both have very similar noses and hair colors.
Both sexy. Oh yeah.
yeah, it's true. I have nice hair when it's longer. 271st place. He was bitten in the head by a shark, apparently.
Zeus.
Yeah. In 270th, he made an orange soda chicken something.
Oh wow, they're back
Okay.
to back. What?
Okay.
Yeah,
They're the
okay.
two Delaware contestants too. That's funny, and they're back to back,
Yeah.
and that's funny. Delaware, so Delaware's pretty much gone now, other than the
No,
person
not. There's one more Delaware. Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
And I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delaware.
And then we've got X person. This is your dish. More like crappa.
Krupa.
Good job.
Which is a shame because I like Krupa.
Yeah. In 268th, we've got probably the biggest troll move of the season, which even pissed me off, from Alex to this contestant when he did the punishment pass on her.
Tara.
Good job. And then 267th, we've got the winner. We've got the loser of the battle of Alexandra versus Anaya.
Alexandra?
Bye-bye, Delaware.
How's she a loser right now? But okay.
I guess people just were like, nah, I don't like her. She's. I did hear people saying like, I don't know, I'm not liking Anaya right now. I like her fine.
So that's it. Within the space of 5 contestants.
Yeah, that's crazy. Damn.
Yeah,
Delaware.
271st, 270th, and 267th. All of Delaware is gone.
And season 21 cast, like Scruffy said, dropping like flies.
Yeah. With that, it's not, you can't see it here, but I put the Delaware flag up, and it's like 40th state out of 44 states, including DC and Europe in this case. So Delaware's out with 3 reps. In 266th place, we've got, I remember a conversation Ultra and I had the other day. He mentions, the overweight comment towards Jimmy wasn't cool on Ramsey's part. But I'm like, that bugged you? What about the comment towards this person about being short or whatever?
Oh,
Who is this?
The fish is almost as big as this person.
Craig? I don't know.
He looks like a kid.
Oh,
Eddie?
Good job. Eddie from season 3.
No, I'm sorry. I can take something like that. It's kind of like how he compared Fernando to saying, "Stop it. Harry Potter looks older," which he does. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be honest. I have no problem personally with Gordon Ramsay saying that to Eddie. I was just a little bit surprised hearing that from you, but
and if anything, he meant it as a compliment. He's like, "How come I look like old and gray and you look so angelic?" Which, granted, the reason for that is his kidney disorder, which maybe Eddie could be offended by, but it's not like Gordon Ramsay knows that.
Yeah, but honestly, I didn't take that as, I didn't think it should be taken as an insult. That being said, it was. I remember people were like, there were a few people in the comments of like the video where he threw the fish at Eddie, and where I was saying, I just lost respect for Gordon Ramsay just now. But yeah, anyway, 265th, same season. This person we were just talking about having a good arc at the beginning and then just flopping halfway through the season.
Melissa?
Yeah. 264th. This one's a Yenta who was like, I burned my hand, chef. Give me a break.
Burned your hand? Give me a break. I'm trying to think. Burned hand and then
Yeah, I don't know.
And
Fran, good job.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah, but give me a
200
break, dude. I love Fran. She's so underrated. Probably one of more underrated favorites.
She should have
like, it's
gone
one of
home
those things where
earlier,
I
though.
kind of get people not liking her, but I really can't dislike her myself.
I like. Here's the thing. I like that she got 8th place. That being said,
That's so funny. I know she damn near got a black jacket because with if she made it to the next round, we all know Knuckle would have screwed up. So she would have had she had a good service that night, she would have got a black jacket. That's so funny.
But
that's
Fran
funny,
was
is that-
incredibly bad in most services.
It's
I
funny
know
'cause
she somehow
Fran-
bullshitted.
It's funny because Fran both deserves and does not deserve 8th place. Because I was like,
yeah, pretty much.
because that's the thing. It's like she was actively fucking up more than Siobhan and a lot of other people going home before her. But then it's like, when you really think about it, at least she was developing. When it came to Siobhan and Salvatore, it's like you could tell they were cooked at that point, you know.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, 263rd. Not many people get second chances, but if anyone's gonna get a third, it's gonna be me, right?
Josh, season 17 in this case, but yeah, like it's Josh.
Yeah. Season 17, the season where everybody got balder and fatter.
That
Aren't we
is a
all?
pretty good way of putting it. I mean, granted, Jared and Millie were already bald, although Jared did get fatter.
Yeah.
Millie, I think, was about the same size.
No, but did you notice, like, the men's team that season, like, half of them were bald, I think. Like,
Benjamin did get did fatter. I mean, technically, his
I
hair
think we
looks
should move
close
on.
to
I
the
think we
same
should
as it
move on.
did the last time.
all right, 262nd position. We have another person who kind of pulled. This person, I don't know how they made it this far, but this person pulled Louis and then pulled the Tavon, or pulled the Tavon, then pulled the Louis.
Huh?
Pull a Louis in that.
Matthew. I don't know.
This person was on season 8 and was always backed up by what's her face, Nona, for some reason.
Melissa.
Good job.
Oh, I get it, because she screwed up a lot of lamb and then screwed up a lot of scallops. Okay, that is like that.
And it's funny because, like, you look at the people on Hell's Kitchen Discord, you look at penis pens, and it's like you have.
Which, by the way, yeah, like the fact that person has that name, it's like, why'd you go with that name?
I didn't come up with that. People on Discord were criticizing him, and they said penis pens, and I was like, okay, let's go with it.
That's literally what I mean. What is it? Pen is pens. I'm sorry, no one's gonna see that.
No, it's actually PF Elipens, P Elipens, something like that.
Oh,
but people just said, people were pissed at him, so they're like penis pens. Also, Zach, I see your comment now in the comment section, so
yeah,
yay for my stream. But yeah, Melissa Doney, or some might say Melissa Donkey, related to the scallops and whatever. But yeah, that's the case. 261st. This person started off okay, and then but they were still pretty freaking forgettable. They're also bald. Season 22.
Jermaine.
Jermaine.
Oh yeah, he was like.
Jason wasn't forgettable. He's actually more memorable than Gumball. Sorry.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I meant that as a joke. Anyway. Next up, but yeah, that's what I want to say about Melissa quickly, is that PFL pens or penis pens, and the people on Discord is just they list Melissa as having like 30 mistakes for both those nights. It's insane, like, because of the
because we're really gonna take those mistake counters seriously. Those same people who hate my guts for existing.
All right, next up we've got a nice guy who was eliminated for being nice, I guess, over Forrest Gump. But anyway.
Charlie?
Good job.
I mean, the only part that tipped me off on that was eliminate over Forrest Gump for being nice. And granted, the only options there are either Charlie or Sarah, but Sarah was like eliminated for like actually doing kind of bad in service. Whereas Charlie was actually kind of bad all throughout. Like had his team actually lost the second service, I'm pretty sure Charlie would have been a second boot then either way.
Yeah, I just feel like Will / Sarah, it's like, I feel like I wanted to see them her stick around, and it's like I want to see her stick around, but I understand it's like one service, so both of them, it's like they're here at that point in the season. But Charlie and Seth, it's like Jesus Christ, just like Seth needed to go there. I'm sorry, like I don't understand that decision.
Let me go back and look at.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
How many do we got left? We got
We've got fuck, I eliminated 24, so we got 8 left. Next person, we've got someone who from this season, first episode, they seemed like they would have a good run, and then second episode, we see that they were a complete flop.
Bradley.
whoever the first boot was, or I don't, dude. Just tell me, dude.
Someone who did.
She couldn't bend it like Beckham. Maddie Bender.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
And by the way, no offense to Bradley, but that's the thing. Like everyone was thinking, like he'd be a great all season. Then the service sort of kicked his butt. That's the only thing I was thinking of.
Dude, when did I ever say? Okay, hold on. This is what pissed me off. When did I ever say Kaylin was eliminated without mistakes? I said she did make a mistake.
He did make mistakes, just not substantial.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad of a night. It wasn't that bad of a night. I have never. This is what pissed me off. I have never in a million years said that. I don't even know what to say. This is the fucking morons who hate my guts. I never in a million years said that.
I would have to look back at everything you ever wrote.
I don't know what to even say
to
that.
see for sure.
I never. To be honest with you, I barely watch your videos, so I don't know.
These people, these fucking weirdos, I'm sure dissect every video I say. It's fucking weird.
There
Dude.
People ask me questions about, hey, Ultra, remember when you said this or this, and I'd be like, I legit don't remember, but there's probably a clip of me saying.
I remember. I've said a million times.
They had a good things.
Kaylin and Katie had a good service that night. They had a good service that night, objectively. But I said a million times they did make a mistake. They had a good service. I don't know. I don't PLPins, whatever your name is. I don't know what to tell you, dude. I generally don't know what to tell you guys on Discord who take this stuff so seriously. I'm lost for words. Anyway. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Man.
So my alternative elimination quote for Maddie was. She could. I actually said this on the Discord server, but it was something to the effect of she couldn't bend it like Beckham. No, her last name may be Bender, but she in the kitchen she could not bend it like Beckham. That is why she is returning home with a nil game.
Okay, that would be a little bit of a forced pun on just
I know.
plain old football. Because yes, I know who the hell we were talking about when you say Beckham, but even I'm nah, you gotta be. It's got to be something a tiny bit more direct than that.
Okay, well, Hell's Kitchen Discord thought it was funny, but anyway.
Dude, get off of that place, dude. Blue, Jesus Christ, bro.
All right.
Why? I gotta talk this off stream. Anyway, go ahead. We gotta finish.
Next up, we've got the Statue of Liberty itself.
Corbin, yeah, let's keep
Corbin. Yeah, that's easy enough. Keep going.
Next up, we've got he cut his hand, and apparently he was pretty bad in season 6.
Andy.
Yeah. Actually, I forgot about season 6, but to a certain degree. So it's I remember Andy making a fart and Robert calling him out, but it's everybody says, "Oh, Andy was pretty bad," and I'm like, I want to rewatch the season just to see how bad he apparently was.
Honestly, he was pretty bad.
All right, next up, we've got another early boots. This one, the sole rep of the state, therefore, this state's going to be eliminated. I've mimicked this guy before.
Well, that's why this concept of this game's kind of broken, but okay.
Okay, I've mimicked this guy before. I came here to represent my family, and I'm so sorry, guys.
Curtis?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, so therefore, in 39th position with 1 rep, we've got the bye-bye state of Arkansas. 4 more contestants left. 255th position. Another forgettable chef, but this person goes hand in hand with Beth, in my opinion, who was eliminated earlier.
Tell us, dude.
Bev.
Okay, good. All right, go ahead.
All right. This one, same
Sir,
season.
yes, sir. Keep it up, man. We like it. We like it. We know.
Yeah,
We appreciate it.
yeah. PS Pens keep coming back, dude. I love watching. It's always a quirk to see your mistakes. I have to admit.
I'm generally no. It's kind of funny, man. I like that you're discommitted, but like at the same time, it's kind of strange. I
No,
don't
but
know.
that's what I'm saying. It's fun to watch at least. Like
The strange part is what he sometimes counts as
That's what I'm
mistakes,
saying,
'cause
like,
I'm sorry, like not.
I
getting
appreciate,
picked- that-
dude. We appreciate how your work for the community, but some of this stuff is flat out strange. It just is what it is, man. Objectively speaking, man. We're
I'll
just
put
being
it to you
honest.
this. I'll put it to you this way. This is the kind of metric that HAL 9000 used against humanity in 2001: A Space Odyssey. In that, if you actually use this kind of logic for real on chefs in the real world, we would just have no chefs because there's no such thing as a perfect chef or a perfect person at any job. Everyone makes mistakes.
Anyway,
Yeah.
finish up, Jem. So
it's like Jem.
Finish up.
Jem makes a mistake. Jem gets a mistake count just for being a male chef in a teaching environment.
Oh,
Next
I thought you
up.
were gonna go.
Also from season 12, 254th position. This one actually was much more memorable, but for negative reasons. And rest in peace to this person.
Which my head's already off, so that's easy enough. But one more time.
More memorable for negative reasons, and this person is dead.
Oh, Paulie.
Season 12, dude.
Oh, season 12.
Who? Oh shit. Who
Sandra?
died?
Good job, Sandra.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, people somewhat like Sandra at the same time. Like, she called bullshit out on them nominating Rochelle for wanting to have kids.
Yeah,
like,
but
she's out there as like, what?
Yeah, but remember, I rewatched the first service and just her getting kicked out with Joy and Nicole, and then she goes up to the dorms and is like, "I've been waiting you in with a New York accent." You know, it was just hilarious.
It was definitely not. It was definitely Hispanic. Like,
I thought it was like a combination of, like,
Okay. Let's go.
Hispanic, New York, and Jewish. You know what I mean? Like, anyway, 253rd. This person talked about their mom in a both sweet and cringy way in season 15.
Vanessa.
Good job. And then this person, you could argue, is the Vanessa of season 16, the following season, 252nd position. Except this person, I feel, was more
Jessica.
Yeah. Good job. And that's it. That's it for tonight.
All righty. All right. So, you guys, for this week's episode, any other final comments we have? Hopefully not. All right, good.
Overall, I'm still enjoying the season, wondering where things will go with Jada. If you're all wondering why I'm in bed, by the way, and not in my usual studio, I don't know if I call it that, actually. It's just another room I film stuff in. But it's because I'm feeling a little under the weather. Not super bad, but like I began feeling a scratchy throat kind of last night. And knowing me, that's usually a sign that I'm going to come down with some flu symptoms in the next couple of days or something. It just kind of happens to me sometimes throughout this year, no matter the circumstance. And things are getting colder, so there is that. But hopefully I'll be okay. I'm just going to try and rest up where I can.
3 a.m. on the dot. Thank you, as usual, TP. Gumball, can't wait to see how your power rankings look, you know, especially because I believe you changed Lisa and Jada at the this week, or was that been for a while? Because Lisa
that was last week. I switched them.
Yeah. So I'm interested because both of them had, you know, obviously Jay's going to switch and Lisa with a good episode. So interesting how that works.
Right.
Who's going to be your last one's going to be interesting. Now Antonio's gone. So, and Jem, are you going to get back to posting? Are you going to be fucking going on Discord and telling people and you know, getting bad at Discords?
The only game I'm playing, well, I'm playing 2 games right now, one of which is a role play. But I'm going to be done with that soon. And then there's Survivor Org that I'm in, which that will be the last Survivor Org I do for a while, but it's actually
that's what they always say.
And yeah, don't worry, the person commenting like,
serious,
no, this
dude.
is just my room.
I don't know how.
I'm not in a hospital. Okay?
But
It's
I don't
not
know how
that
long.
bad, whatever I'm going through.
I don't know how long I'm going to be in this org because every freaking round I cheat death, so I could say, I think I'm going to be eliminated this round, but we never fucking know because I've cheated death many times before in this freaking game. But honestly, one thing I want to do as a priority is at some point down the road go back to translating Survivor Quebec season 3 and go back and finally do my fucking first boost ranking video, as I've been trying to freaking do. And I managed to put Gaurav on my list somewhere. Like, so that's done. Now I have to go to JP, you know?
All right, guys. As usual, as you know, since we've done Trent, we're going back and forth. Guys, I can't believe my series is almost done of the story videos. We got Corey this week, and of course that means Ariel to finish afterwards. So yeah, and until season 24, when that'll be it for me. So that's crazy. So of course, be on the lookout of the Corey video, the Corey story video for this Sunday, guys. And with that said, we remember, as you guys might have saw, we got Henry on board for next week. That was the plan for sure. And hopefully, yeah, we can, some interesting people joined in. Hopefully we can get some more guests. But until next time, have a safe Halloween, guys. Have a fun Halloween, and we will see you in November. As crazy that is to say. Have a good one.
Bazinga.